To give the first toast. My sister likes to say that we won the parent lottery, and without a doubt, entirely true. Today I would like to thank my folks very much for not murdering me when I was 18 years old. And very nice to be here today. And I'm going to leave the...
So that's why they left you with us.
That's right, just so I can do the speech. So I will leave the wisdom to my sister and the sincerity to my brother. But I would just really like to give a toast to the best parents anyone could have. Chuck and Ann. Now I'd like to introduce my brother, Johnny Doskow.
I'm not going to go after her. No chance. But yeah, these are the greatest parents. We're lucky. We grew up watching them play the card game Spite and Malice, all those games together, and
throwing the cards across the room.
Yep. But they've been wonderful examples to us. 60 years. Think about that. 60 years.
Yeah.
Even making it to 60 years old is impressive, but being married 60 years. So, you know. My dad, I'm a baseball announcer, and my dad got me into baseball when I was a kid. He taught me how to keep score. He taught me the love for the game, and because of that, I'm in the game. So he showed me baseball. My mom showed me tough love when I was in Charles City, Iowa, and it was 15 below, and I just started this radio job, and I was calling her every night. I'm like, I don't know about this. It's not working out. I miss my friends, and she listened to me for about 10 or 11 days she listened to me. Then finally on the 11th day, she said, okay, she goes, I've been listening to you right for a little bit. Now time to get your ass in gear. And she gave me tough love, and it was great. So and I'm still doing radio, and I'm just, you guys are just wonderful parents. I love you guys very much. So here to the
On Thursday, I went to the bank where I do my banking, which I call the Tears Bank, because I walk in and they all go, "Hey, Emily!" It's like this sweet little community bank in the building where I work. And I was this nice young woman named Darcy was helping me. She's maybe 25 or 26, and she said, "What are you doing this weekend?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to my parents' 60th anniversary party." And she stopped, and she could no longer count. And she was like, "I've heard of people being married for 30 years." And she was completely flabbergasted. And I think maybe we all know a little bit how she feels, because we're all like, 60 years, are you kidding me?
You're 62.
How do they do it? So I've been watching them for 94% of those 60 years, and I don't know really, because it's hard to see inside anyone else's relationship, but I think what we can see from the outside are people who have shared values of contributing and shared commitment to community and deep, deep commitment to family and to each other. And I do often say that I feel like I won the family lottery for sure, and it starts right here. So, best parents ever, and here's to them.
Here.
I have a poem.
Oh, we said a poem.
Talk amongst you.
There'll be a little pause while we get their poem. Does anybody else have anything they do?
Robsy, I know you have something.
I'll say something.
Yeah, Emmy.
Everyone says
Hi. So I didn't really prepare anything, but I just want to say these people are really amazing grandparents, and I'm so grateful to have them. And I'm really glad that they've been married so long. And I just love them very much.
Happy 60th anniversary. It's been 60 years for Ann and Chuck, thanks to good health and a lot of luck. We wish you both more years together, through sunshine and even some stormy weather. You're the lovely family, daughter and sons, and we know young Emily is real number one. I said sons. Your family's here and friends old and new. all wanting to celebrate and cheer for you. And you're an artist in pen and ink, Chuck, in legal terms, you think. Yet artist and lawyer have been a pair, opposites attract, the sages declare. 6 years, many highs, a few lows, but as we know, that's the way it goes. To Chuck and Ann, all the best to you, with love and good wishes. From me, Lou.
You're here.
It's gonna be cake.
Yes, of course you may say something.
I know who you are because I keep hearing your name.
I have known Chuck certainly and probably
I think we've met.
longer than anybody here, including their children. And one of the nice things about that is there's some things in life that go by and some things that do. And one of the things that's divided in my life and in Sandra's life is the two of you. That was poetry, but it wasn't intended. But it's true that when we think of who's meaningful in our lives and who's been meaningful for a long time, we think of you guys. And we're thrilled to be here.
Thank you. You can kiss too. That'll be the day.
Go,
Okay, I
Robbie.
do have to go with it.
Oh, Ron, say yes.
So I will say, but I met you guys, I think, around 39 or 40 years ago. I met Johnny, and it was very special for me because I ended up getting to hang out with the Doskows, which was very formative for me because I ended up going to college where Emily and briefly Tom went. John helped me develop my love of baseball. The Doskows, Chuck helped me as I went to law school to learn a little bit about the legal profession and what I might want to do, and taught me a little bit about being gracious when faced with different situations, which I observed in the household. And they all taught all of our friends that we had a place where we could be ourselves, where we would be accepted, where we could play boggle, where we could gather, and that was really important because we have a very tight group of friends that has lasted for these 40 years, and to this day treat each other as family, and the Doskows are part of that family, and were examples for us on how to be a family. So that comes from your union, and we appreciate it.
you.
And we love you. Thank you. Happy anniversary.
Yay.
I have two stories to tell about Chuck and Ann. The first one goes back to when we moved out here from New York, and we were invited up to the house in Hollywood, and we had our two small children with us. Eric was, I think, 3, maybe 3.5, and you had a pool. And I said to Ann, I don't know if we're gonna let Eric go in the pool because I think he'll pee in the pool. And Ann turned around and she looked at the pool and she said, there's 30,000 gallons of chlorinated water in there. I can't imagine it's going to make any difference. So we let Eric into the pool. Now, the second story I want to tell is that Roger and I and Chuck and Ann were at the longest game ever played at Dodger Stadium. It lasted 19 innings. Oh my God. And at the very end, the Dodgers lost. And
But the Mets won.
The Mets won, but that doesn't, I don't care. And it was all over about 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, when we were going to go there, Roger and I drove out to Hollywood and we parked our car, and then we all went in one car because we had to pay for parking, you know. So we got out there, and then when the game was over at 2 o'clock in the morning, we had to drive with Chuck and Ann to Hollywood to pick out our car. And somewhere in the course of the evening, I said to Roger, we really need to call the babysitter because she's not going to know what's going on. And for all those young people, there were no cell phones in those days. So I had to wander through the mazes in Dodger Stadium to find a cell phone. and put money into it and call the babysitter and say to her, you know, we're still here, we will be back home, we'll take you home when we get there, but don't worry, we're fine. And then we got back home about 2:30 in the morning. And then on top of all that, the Dodgers lost, so it wasn't that great. But we had a great time, and we've been to many other events at Dodger Stadium and many other places. And congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm so delighted you put up with these other boulders.
Me too. It's amazing, huh?
There are not many people who have stuck with us.
I'd like to say a few words to Chuck and Ann. Have always been very close to me. I've always considered Chuck and Ann my surrogate parents. Having known Tom, Emily, and John since I was 6, and of course Chuck and my dad got us into Indian guides at the YMCA, so that's how we met when we were 6 years old, way back in 1967. I just want to thank Chuck and Ann for always being so accepting of me. I was at their house a lot. We were neighbors, and so all the sleepovers and all the fine meals, and just the graciousness and patience and really guidance too. You know, and I don't want to give anybody the impression that I came from an unstable household. I had a really great family and everything, but to be part of their family and to really, being an only child, to really have kind of these surrogate siblings too was very important in my formative years. So I've loved you for a long time, Ann. Thank you so much. I'll kiss you. Oh.
I gotta say one thing about Fred, that as he said, he had many, many, many meals at our house. Very often, we would be sitting there and everybody would start digging in and there'd be kind of a silence, and then Brett would say, well, I don't know about anybody else, but I think this is a very good dinner. You're cooking, Ann. Yeah, I guess. Mostly spaghetti sauce. Okay, so it's time for cake.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Here's to you all for coming. We're so appreciative.